wonderful, beautiful freaks. I'm your host, EJ, and with me today is my co-host, the twinkle to my sprinkle, Rory Calarasi. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, EJ. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How everything's good?
Things are fantastic now that I'm here.
Yes.
With three, count 'em, three
Studs.
Beautiful men.
Yeah. Super studs. And of course,
Cream of the crop.
in the house today, or as he likes to call it, crib, young Vince. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Goo goo gaga.
Vince Everlasting, guys.
Yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, we have a very special guest, a gentleman, an artist, actually an artist of all trades, the beautiful, the wonderful, the gorgeous Matt Rinaldi. What's up, buddy?
Thank you. Hi. Perfect.
A true Renaissance man.
Yes. If Splinter had a fifth turtle, he would name him
Rinaldi.
You can't see him. You can't see him at home, but Matt is blushing.
Yo.
Yeah, we're
What's up,
charming him.
buddy?
Not much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Matt, we do have a very strict policy on this show. Crop tops and no pants.
He advised the no pants thing, which I respect, but the crop top, he'll get that next time. If we have him back.
You
He's
get him a
good.
crop
Just
top?
do me a favor. Lose the shirt. Just lose the shirt.
Take some pictures. Just gonna take a few pictures.
Take a picture,
Bust
it'll last
bust
longer.
It's like Job in Arrested Development when he's like, glasses on. How is your light still getting in here? No, but thank you so much for coming to the show and doing this.
No, thanks for having me.
You're one of our favorite people.
He's been mentioned on the podcast, and I hear Rory talk about him incessantly when we work together, so it's good. I've heard
because
EJ talk about him.
I love Matt. See, I'll share this with all the people listening at home. Matt and I have been very close, bestest of friends since 2004.
4.
Yeah. And true story, the movie that we're going to talk about today, Matt and I bonded over. And periodically throughout the year, unprovoked, for no good reason.
No reason at all. Just a random text. Yep.
Just says, punish.
Naughty. Stop.
I'm not even kidding. Since 2004, this has been going on. You'd think the joke had died, but it just keeps coming back like a zombie.
Never gets old.
Never gets old.
Every holiday, Easter, Flag Day,
birthday,
Arbor Day, 14th. Yeah,
Come on, it's Flag Day.
let's go. But yeah, no, that's awesome. This movie, I can't wait to talk about. But first, is there any new movies you got to see that you want to gush about?
Well,
that we haven't gushed about.
Yeah, we won't get too far off on a tangent about it, but we all saw Godzilla.
Yeah,
Minus
Godzilla.
one.
We filled about 20. Well, we're at 28 minutes right now, but we filled about 20 minutes of Godzilla talk.
Yeah,
so I
literally before this episode started, 20 minutes of us just gushing about Godzilla. Just seriously, go out and support that movie. It's amazing because I guess it had kind of like a limited release, and then everyone fell in love with it, and now they're extending the release, and that's the kind of thing we want to see happen.
And if this episode airs fast enough, which I'm sure it will, this will be the next one that comes out, the movie's still going to be in the theater. So if you're listening to this, these guys are so psyched about this friggin' movie. If they're this happy about it, go see it.
Go see it. Support it.
I haven't seen Roy this happy since Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
and this is actually thought of as a sequel to Oppenheimer.
Right. Yeah, it's actually like a +1 to Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So that's what I look at it.
You can actually watch Oppenheimer and then immediately pop on Godzilla -1.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would recommend this. It's
insensitive.
Easily,
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Possibly.
Very much so.
But I would recommend this to anybody. It's definitely in my top 5 favorite movies of the year, if not my favorite movie of the year.
It's really hard, man.
Is it better than what would be number 2 then? Is that really number 1? What's number 1?
I think Godzilla might be number 1.
All right, give me your top 3. Go.
It's probably Godzilla -1.
Okay.
And then I really love Dream Scenario. And then a movie that came out pretty early on called The Lost King.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Oppenheimer. You didn't have... Okay. I'm not going to tell Christopher Nolan. I'm going to see him next week.
I will.
I loved it. It just, I think it's like a little
No,
later on my list.
and I'll derail because I don't care because you guys are top 3 movies. Go.
I would say, in no particular order.
No. 1, 2, 3, please.
I'm really torn between.
Hey,
okay,
man,
I'm
not
gonna say
gonna-
my heart's saying
My heart, my soul.
My heart's saying Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
And then like Oppenheimer, Godzilla -1, and The Holdovers. It's literally like they all elicited different feelings from me. But you're right. Like Godzilla, I remember I was just like watching that, and it was like I felt like a little kid at certain points. But then there was like literally parts that made me cry. There was at least 3 or 4 parts in that movie where I was just like, oh my god, like why is this movie making me feel this way? And it's fantastic. So yeah, like I could easily slip it out one day and just be like, I think like, you know, Killers of the Flower Moon is my favorite movie of the year. But then it's like, well, maybe Godzilla is, or like maybe Oppenheimer is. So that's why it's probably not the best idea to try to say like my top 10. I don't believe in that shit. So it's kind of hard.
I like the idea of it making you feel like a kid. There's a lot of joy in that.
Yeah, and
But
you need that.
when you feel like a kid, you don't think about your parents being brutally murdered in front of you. So what are we doing today, buddy?
Yeah, let's talk
Let's get
about
into the movie, guys.
The movie that we are all here to talk about and discuss, which is Silent Night from 1984. Well, Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. So this movie, you said, bonded you guys. This was like one of those staples, early on staples of your friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as like us meeting as friends, yeah, like I actually met you through Will Perna for sure.
3rd, 4th mention on the podcast, but go ahead.
Will Perna, come hang out with us. We love you.
No, we won't. He's too busy
I
doing
know,
cool
it's
stuff.
like I'm recording music.
Will Perna, all rights reserved.
PGA. No, the actual Silent Night, Deadly Night thing came about because when I was a little kid, I remember going into a video store and seeing that VHS artwork.
Which you showed me, which is overly sized. It's
A
not
VHS box.
Yeah, I want to describe it for the listeners. It's not like when you think a VHS is a certain size, which is relatively large compared to a DVD Blu-ray. Then there's the Disney, which is even bigger.
The clamshell.
The clamshell Disney, which is even bigger than a typical VHS. This thing was like a friggin' monstrosity when we found it on the Google the other
Yeah,
day.
it's like just takes up a lot of space.
Yes, but it's cool because I feel like anybody do that ever?
I mean, yeah, there's a couple movies. I remember like The Love Butcher had a pretty large box. Remember that movie?
Yeah,
Of course you don't.
Pornos too, right?
What? Really?
You remember?
I honestly thought this was a porno, the one that
Sal?
we're doing tonight.
I know, seriously.
But
It was-
the movie, I remember like my Mike Ancarani actually let me, like, I think he gave it to me when I was like 13. I'm like, you're just giving this to me because it was kind of like hard to come by.
No 13-year-old should
So
watch
upset.
this movie.
Well, that's yeah, true. Or
But I did.
but yeah, so like I remember just watching it and just being kind of like fascinated by the concept of it. Like it's like a weird movie. So when Matt and I became friends, I think we both had a shared appreciation for movies that display a certain level of trash. You know, it's just kind of like a trash movie. At the time, that's how I thought of it. So I remember I think you burned my DVD that I bought. I think I brought it over and
Yes.
you watched it.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
and then
that's
literally
correct.
from that point forward, we were always hitting each other with naughty punish. But I have, having just watched the movie again, it's been a hot minute since I've seen it. I've got a lot of things to say about it. We'll get to it. But I was like, because I was saying like when I was a kid, I'm like, I know that this is like not a good movie. But then when I was watching it, I'm like, well, maybe there's things in it that are worth praising. I don't know. We'll get to it.
But you guys bonded over this.
We
This
did
was a
bond
thing
over
that
it.
that enriched
Simpsons,
the relationship.
horror movies. We cuddled a lot. I remember.
You were a master cuddler, my friend.
Yeah, I tried.
One of
I
the
tried.
best.
We used to
One
go to
of
a
the
lot of
best.
horror movie conventions.
That's
There's
also
a
going
name
on
for
his
that.
tombstone.
You know that? It's called The Cloud.
Called
It's like
Cloud. That's like our old hug when we used to sandwich people.
Yeah.
Remember that?
The Cloud.
The Cloud.
Yeah, well, Rory, I think, my first convention was with you. If you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
Monster Mania, that was...
We also met Carl
Yeah,
Weathers
we-
together. Remember that?
We did.
It was a magical moment. Anyway, but let's get into this movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get down into this movie. So, The film opens Christmas Eve, 1971, and we have a family traveling, listening to a really terrible Christmas song. By the way, did you notice that? It was just like,
They're all bad.
yeah, it's just like Merry Bright, check the lights, and then like it's not even like
Just no
jingle
rhythm.
bells. It's just lyrics that just go on.
There's
and
barely any
on.
rhythm to it.
Yeah.
They're just saying
Christmas
words.
music like a Christmas song they could clear.
Right. It's just a mashup of words. I don't even know what they're saying, and it has like
Someone's
no rhythm.
uncle or tried recording a Christmas song. It's like, I think it's gonna take off.
This is it. So they're listening to this on the radio, and they're traveling to go to the Utah mental facility.
Which is where you take your child on Christmas Eve.
It's the best place to go.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna scar the child.
Right.
And then they leave him alone in the room.
Yeah, this is where they originated Trunk and Treats. So
This is why.
this is why. But yeah. So they are there to visit Billy's grandfather. And now Billy is just a little kid. He's probably about, 8 at this time?
If I had to guess, I would say 6.
I was going
6.
6.
5,
Okay.
6 years old.
And he's got like big little kid eyes, so
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
the stuff that transpires going forward is so sad.
I know.
He's got these like huge expressive eyes. I'm like,
a puppy
"Aw."
dog.
Yeah, he looks like a little puppy.
He looks like Charlie from The Santa Claus, like the Tim Allen
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So just picture
cute
him, and for the listeners at home, the frequents, as we call them. And,
Wait, we do?
no, I just made that up.
No, I like that.
So,
Wait, what was it?
Frequents. They frequent the... How fucking genius.
Oh, I don't know. It's just literally out of nowhere.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
I'm gonna edit this out and take credit.
You know
Again.
what? Totally do it. That's cool. So, it's so funny because he looks so much like Charlie from the Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, they go there. They go to visit his grandfather, who is kind of catatonic. And to be honest, I wouldn't acknowledge anyone named Zelly either. When because they're like, "Hey, do you remember me, Dad? It's me, Jimmy." And she's like, "And I'm Zelly." And I'm like,
What?
Zelly? Why?
I couldn't tell. Don't they both call him Dad?
Yeah.
At that point, I'm just like, your relationship is not okay.
There's something going on here.
They both call him Dad.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the paternal or who's...
I
what
don't
is-
know.
I'm
I
assuming
thought it
that...
was like the.
I thought it was the
Jimmy's.
son.
Yeah.
The son. Yeah.
Right.
See, I like to think there was
Billy's
some
father,
other
Jimmy.
Yeah.
weird level of filth going on in this
Zell-
movie.
Yeah, Zell was just an in-law, but yeah.
Zelly. I don't know. What is that short for?
That'd be awesome if they walked in with like the kid, and then they're like, your son and daughter came to see you.
Yeah.
Ew.
Ew.
That's when he stopped talking.
Right. Just stop
That's when he
talking
found
when they
out
got
about
married. They're like,
Their relationship is what really put him in that state.
Yeah. So, anyways, the family, they step out, except for Billy. And
No.
Billy's-
Whoa. The mother said, "You're okay. He's not going to hurt you." I would never in a million years do that to any of my kids. Just leave. Hey, we're going to go in the other room. Stay with creepy grandpa.
Yeah.
Who's, like you said, catatonic, can't talk.
Right.
What the hell is a kid going to do in there? Just bring him with you.
Right.
Yeah, why couldn't they just like walk him out? with them?
No. Stay in here.
Here, Billy, here's some crayons. Draw on your grandfather. It's just so anyways, the family, they step out, except for Billy, and Billy's grandfather. By the way, stellar acting.
One of the
voice.
best performances in any 80s horror film.
Yeah, right? Like, wouldn't you say, like, the grandfather's voice was just, like, unlike anything I've ever heard before, and I was, like, captivated by everything he said. I was like, who is this guy?
See, that's another thing that we do to each other
all the
every
time.
single year is it's Christmas night. Scariest goddamn night of the year.
Scariest goddamn night of the year. I can't even do it, but it
I was
so
telling
good.
Rory, like, I want a prequel with Grandpa. Like,
Just
why?
how he turned out that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
What happened to him?
What's
you
going
have-
on there?
What did he see?
Do you have any
Yeah.
Uh,
ideas? What do you think it was?
Oh my God, ideas. I have no idea.
I think I have an idea.
What?
It's when when his son and daughter revealed to him on Christmas Eve. She was pregnant.
Backstory. Like, what's going on here?
He's so damn scary.
Jimmy, you knocked up Zelly?
See, that's a much better movie.
So
Explains a lot more too.
It does.
So the grandfather explains the true meaning of Christmas, and it terrifies the shit out of Billy, who's just like, what? And he's like, yeah, watch out for Santa Claus. He's going to punish you. And that was pretty accurate, right? Like,
yeah.
grandfather. So then on the drive home, and Billy tells his parents that Grandpa said Santa is going to punish them. And she's like, oh, don't worry about that. Like, don't pay attention to your and
He's
it's like,
old
your
and
grandfather
crazy.
just spoke, and you're just like, oh, ignore everything he said.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So maybe that's why he's not talking to them, right? Just ignore everything he said. So the family
Especially
drives
if
home.
he had anything to say about our relationship.
Right. So the family is driving home, and Billy's, going on and on. Meanwhile, a man dressed up as Santa Claus goes into a store and robs this store. And so the Santa murders the clerk for $31. I think that's hilarious because like, oh great, $31.
That's it.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas to me.
And like Santa goes all Clarence Boddicker on the clerk. He's like boom boom, and that's a reference to RoboCop. But he's literally bang bang bang, and
Bitches leave.
Just take the money and go. I'm dead.
Though, at that point when I was watching it, I was like, this is a Christmas movie for weirdos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like the guy that they casted to play the Santa Claus is perfect.
Yeah.
There's just something not right about that guy's face.
Yeah, he has like a bit of a
He's so
Paulie from
unhinged.
Rocky thing.
No, even like Paulie from Rocky is more inviting than this man.
Yeah, that's very true.
That guy, like, I mean, they could have literally had a line where they're like, somebody broke out of the mental hospital, and I would have been like,
Yeah, that tracks.
That's him.
Which, again, not sure why they didn't do that. Because
Right.
he just kind of shows up and never returns.
Yeah.
Because I was saying to them before the episode started, when Billy, not to spoil anything, even though Freakquels is all just about spoiling movies through and through, I was like saying, like, when Billy's just kind of going off on his rampage later, I was
Yeah.
like, why didn't he make a stop to that guy?
Right.
Right? Because it just sort of seems like he comes into the movie, he ruins his life.
Why didn't
Yeah.
he track him
Why
down?
didn't he track him down and go after him?
Right.
Do something with him.
How's he going to track him down? Was he ever caught? We don't have enough backstory on that.
Well, I'm sure they could have written in something. Like, he could have, like he could have been murdering the parents.
Yeah.
He's like, I dropped my license. No time to pick it up.
And you know what? I would accept that from this movie. I would be like,
Okay.
that makes sense. That tracks. Let's progress with that story.
I hope nobody comes looking for me on my Oak Street home out in Pasadena.
Wherever that brat is out there. I'm going home now.
It's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can't miss my house. It's right under an old weeping willow.
And I'm the only George Stephanopoulos in the phone book, in the Utah phone book.
Look me up if you ever survive the memory of what happens tonight.
So Billy's family comes across a broken down car, and it's the Santa from the store. And this Santa shoots the dad and then kills the mom. And I won't get into that. But this,
Maybe we breeze past this part.
yeah, I'll just breeze past that.
They could just kill her.
Right, yeah. There's for some reason he just rips open the mom's shirt and then
Pulls
slits
her out of the
throat.
car, pins her
Sure.
down on the street, rips
Yeah.
her shirt open, slits her throat in front of the boy.
Well, I think
Right.
it was a misreading from the producers. You're like, people want to see this. You're like, are you sure?
We don't want to see this.
Context it really is
Look how the test audiences are reacting. Of course,
everyone's
it's
kind of like rubbing themselves uncomfortably, and some guy left to take a shower.
good. This is not tracking
hot,
well.
right?
Yeah, they
Keep an
love
eye
it.
on that producer.
But we get sweet little baby. So the song comes in.
The song and
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Why? This song
of all the songs, why that song?
Yeah, it's like sweet little baby, and I'm like, why?
Okay.
I'd never heard the song ever before in my life. And then it starts playing. It's upbeat. It's not like a sad song. Like, this kid just witnesses this awful traumatic event. And it's like, let's play a really upbeat song. So everyone...
That's a choice, though.
That is a choice.
Like, movies do that sometimes, where like something horrific happens and then they play something that doesn't quite reflect what you just saw, and it kind of gives it like a jarring, uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen movies do that sometimes. But that song wasn't the song to go with. I don't know.
I think we talk about Huey Lewis in the News during American Psycho, which doesn't belong there, but it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song, it just like...
It didn't fit
It
perfectly.
doesn't. It's not like the scene happens and then it cuts to the song. This song is literally playing. It just comes on randomly after he slits her throat, and then you're like, oh, and then he's like yelling out to the kid, and this song's
Where are
playing
you,
throughout
little
this,
bastard?
and you're like, what is
Coming
going
up
on?
next on Public Domain Radio.
Yeah. So
Songs you can't sue us to.
So 3 years later, December 1974, Billy is in class, and he goes to hang up his artwork, and the nuns are not fans. Billy's no Picasso, but the art critique in this is out of control. They're like, look at this. And he did draw like Santa Claus.
Chopping off the head of a reindeer, I believe.
Yeah, like the reindeer is like completely decapitated.
Which I said that when we were watching the movie. I leaned over to Matt and I'm like, I get the Santa Claus, but why the reindeer?
Because he slit his mother's throat. He's slitting the reindeer's throat. That's what I'm guessing.
That was a decapitation, though.
See,
Well,
that
he
makes
took it
sense.
further. This whole movie just goes above and
You were
beyond.
so
with
close to putting some kind of depth into that photo, and the movie wouldn't allow for it.
Right.
Dude, you were like,
putting too much
you
thought
like
into it.
your version of that scene gave me chills.
Okay,
The movie's version,
not so much.
you know.
Not so much. So Mother Superior is like, Billy, get to your room, stay in there, don't come out. So in
Can I
his room,
say one thing about her?
Yeah.
That actress is stellar.
Yes,
Yes.
agreed.
She is perfect. Every
Especially
one of her
the
lines.
Perfectly cast. All lines perfectly delivered. Yeah, she was fantastic in this.
Like I was
Mother
every time I
Superior,
watch
yes.
it, I'm like, that's like a legit performance that she put into this murderous Santa Claus
And
movie.
she's scary without doing anything too scary. Just the sternness of her voice and the way she talks to. Again, I harken back to, we've talked about this before. There's a fear of people that went to Catholic school
Yeah.
that are afraid of nuns.
What also makes her really great is that she doesn't believe that she's not like, I'm evil. Like,
No.
she believes
No.
wholeheartedly that this is what's going to help.
No. Yes, with
That's what's
the
great about her.
punishment is required according to her.
Yeah,
which,
and I love tying it into the it's like a Catholic thing, right?
Yes.
I love
Unnecessarily.
the idea of like infusing Catholic guilt into his trauma.
Yeah.
That's when I started what I said before, like the stuff I'm going to praise about this movie. There's moments where I'm like, oh, there's actually like a story
Some
in here
thought.
about
Yeah.
trauma
Yeah.
and like generational trauma. I'm like, they were trying something, and then they got into the naughty punish. I remember how I described it to you. I'm like, it's like trash inside of an expensive dumpster. We'll move on, EJ.
Right. Okay. So, in his room, Billy is watching on as the other kids are playing, and the nice nun. What's her name again? Nice nun.
Sister Nice Nun.
I believe it was
Sister Nice Nun. That was it.
was
Sister Nice Nun. Come on.
Mother Teresa.
Yeah. So Mother Teresa comes in and asks Billy. She's like, "Go ahead, go hang outside. Like, it's fine." So when Billy leaves his room, he hears some strange noises, and he peeks in on two adults that are boing-yoinging, and so Mother Superior catches
Boinking.
the couple, and she starts like bringing out like her belt. Where did that come from? And she starts like hitting them, the couple, and then Mother Superior. Like Billy runs off. Well, no, he like kind of witnesses it, and then he's like outside.
He's peering through the keyhole, and
Right.
then as he's peering through the keyhole, they're getting hot and heavy in the room. Mother Superior comes up behind him, doesn't pull him from the door, but he backs away, and she's like, "What did you see?" He says nothing, and then sends him to his room, and then she busts in the room and makes it even hotter just by beating them.
Do you remember saying that during the movie?
Yeah.
Wait, I said like it turns out they're like into it. They're like, oh, keep hitting me.
Harder.
No, but again,
Harder, Mother.
A nice
Started without me.
punishment is absolute.
Yeah.
But again, like, to the movie's credit, what they're doing for Billy is they're establishing that there is like shame and a sinful nature to sex.
Right.
Because every time he sees it later on in the film, it triggers him.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in the
absolutely.
movie.
That's
No, yeah. No, it's definitely a trigger for him when he sees.
It's all in his, like, it's all just being baked into his brain. It's kind of like taking a kid who's been damaged and, like, exacerbating it.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yes, it seemed intentional.
Yeah.
But again, Mother Superior.
No, that's what I'm saying, is that it seemed like whoever the producer, director, writer, whoever had that.
Whoever that
it was
sleazebag was.
correct. It was intentional to have all of this and make us feel the way that we feel about these characters, especially the boy. Yeah.
They're interesting.
Yeah.
And so after this transpires, right? So Mother Superior goes to Billy, and she's like, you know why I did that, right? It's punishment, and anytime you're bad, you get punished. And so she's explaining this, and then she takes him to his room and beats him with the belt for leaving his room.
I believe 6 lashings. I counted. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, I think she was like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. I think that's 6. And then, quick 6.
And that couple was in the room fanning themselves.
Lucky Billy.
This is a weird Catholic school.
So that night, Billy.
Billy. I'm next.
Ooh, me. Like there's some masochist kid.
I was naughty, Mother Superior.
Am I next? That night, Billy has a nightmare of his parents getting murdered, and he freaks out, and then he runs out the door, and he runs right into Mother Superior. And
which apparently is a capital offense in that household or that church or orphanage.
Yeah.
The fact that he had a nightmare and ran out deserves he should get the shit beaten out of him.
Right. Well, yeah, she takes him back to his room and then ties him to the bed like he was possessed. Like
Yes.
I said that at the movie theater too. Let her die.
Yeah. It's like he was like possessed. He just
We're going
get out
to
of
punish the
nightmare.
Pazuzu out of you.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, what is going on here? So then, the next day, Billy goes downstairs to open his gifts along with all the other kids. Then Mother Superior forces Billy to sit on Santa's lap. She's like, you have to do it. You just have to go do this thing. And so she's like
have to
dragging
sit on the
him.
lap of the Santa Claus.
Right.
That's what she says. That's awesome.
And so she's pulling him along. He's like, no, please no. And then he just wallops Santa. Like, he literally knocks him out. He's like, boom, bitch went down. Scream reference.
Sid, super bitch.
Yeah. Sid, super bitch. So Billy hits her. Hits Santa, and he just, like, literally goes to the ground. He's like, what's wrong with that kid?
He was traumatized. He watched his parents die, and he's afraid of Santa. That could have helped a little bit, but no. She's just going to continue to punish him.
Whatever happened to civility?
Yeah.
In the Catholic Church, you want civility in the. Sorry.
20 years you can make that joke, sir.
So then we cut to present day, 1984, and Sister Margaret, that's her name.
Sister Margaret. Yes.
Great name for a nun.
The nice nun.
Sister Nice Nun.
Yeah, the nun. The nun's back. She's back.
Oh my God, this is like a prequel.
Yeah, this
or
is
a sequel.
It would be a sequel.
It's a Who Gives a Fuck Wool.
Yeah. So the nice nun, Sister Margaret, is begging Mr. Sims for a job, but not for herself, but for Billy. And this is like one of the craziest reveals of a grown-up character I've ever seen.
How
in a
old are
film.
we assuming he is at this point? 16, 17, 18?
He's at the ripe
Like
old age of
18.
handsome.
Right.
Oh, God, yeah.
So it does like that. It does that reveal where it starts on his feet and then it like pans up to
slowly.
like him standing there and he's just like
Yoked.
standing there like a young Chris Evans, just like right. And I was
That
like,
goofy ass look on his face, too.
But it seemed like he and Sister Margaret were fucking around.
yeah,
Like this was like something like they knew he was gonna get hired as soon as they looked at him. She's like, "Well, I guess I'll send him away."
yeah. And he's just standing there like already.
Mr. Sims got a little hot too.
Yeah,
Notice that? He's like,
he's
"Oh,
like,
yeah,
all right. And he's like, adult Billy, all right, let's go. So
I heard you're into spanking.
And being tied up.
Yeah. And as funny as that reveal is, the music montage is somehow funnier.
Yes.
That music, I think I wrote down the title. Hold on.
There's a title?
The warm side of the door.
Warm side of the door.
And you're
so
just like,
awesome.
Okay, so we get this montage of Billy working at the store to the warm side of the
Refusing
door.
booze too.
Yeah, he's going around, he's doing stuff, and he's making friends with his lady coworker. I forget what's her name again.
Love interest.
Love interest.
And what did she do? We
Yeah.
were trying to figure that out.
I was like, what does she do at that store?
What is her job?
Yeah.
What is her job title and what are her duties?
I don't know exactly. Was she like a cashier? But none of the people in that store wear like a uniform or anything to let you know they work there. They all wear like their street clothes. That's what they call it. Hey, by the way, you want to catch those sweet Return of the Jedi action figures?
Yeah.
I was like real into the toys. I'm like, ooh, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, and I saw like Rolf and like Kermit and all the Muppets, and I'm like, oh my god. To just have a time machine to go there and be like, I'm going to buy all this stuff.
I know. Like right behind them was a fortune.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those toys are worth so much money now.
Yeah, it's worth more than this movie at the
Probably.
now. So Billy has a little, soft spot with his coworkers, and especially the female coworker. But then we cut where he's in the back room and he gets into like a little spat with this guy who's kind of like a Kmart Joe Pesci.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have one too. It was Kmart Bud from Halloween 2.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's good.
He kind of reminded me a lot of him, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It seemed like they were getting along until the scene required them not to be. He's like, you got some fucking attitude over there.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's your problem, kid? Did your parents get murdered on Christmas Eve or something? What were you abused in a Catholic school or something?
Why do you know all this?
Is your grandfather just telling you all these horrific things about Christmas? What's with the attitude?
Do you know about the belts? So
Is punishment absolute?
is it absolute? So we got Kmart Joe Pesci who's like laying into Billy in the back, and then we see this guy who is dressed up as Santa, and he's in the store, and Billy sees him, and it's like all this stuff is like coming back to him.
A trauma flashback.
Yeah,
It's triggered.
yeah. He gets triggered, and he starts to like panic a little bit. And then he starts to fantasize about hooking up with his coworker.
Reminiscent of what he saw through the keyhole.
Very like same position, wearing absolutely nothing, just like the other two. And then
Which is interesting because that's his perception of sex, which ends in violence.
right, yeah. And so as soon as like they start kissing and stuff, a Santa Claus shows up out of nowhere and stabs him in the leg. Right? Doesn't it look like his leg? So at Billy's job, Mr. Sims is informed by a coworker / employee, the Lily Tomlin type of lady,
Who
Nice.
lights up the
Excellent
movie.
reference. Yes.
I think she is such a joy in that movie.
Yeah,
She's lots of fun.
she lightened it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her.
Yeah. So she's like,
Long career that woman had.
yeah. She's like, so Santa got hurt, and we need another person to play Santa, right? And so
Mr. Sims.
we need someone of the Santa persuasion, right? Is that what she says? Like, I forgot. So
She will just stumble off a Scorsese set.
so Sims actually he goes and he enlists Billy to help and take that role on.
Which I don't understand because Sims is more of the type of a Santa than Billy is. So why didn't he just volunteer and be like, I'll do it?
Right.
But no, it wouldn't be good for the
Can I
plot.
throw it out there? Because they probably don't want the kids being like, why does Santa smell like gin?
Yeah, imagine facing your trauma like that, like Billy. Like that's insane.
Why does Santa smell like dad when he's sad?
Yeah. Mr. Sims. I actually love Mr. Sims.
I thought he was playful. Yeah, he was good.
Was he in anything else?
Yeah, he was Homer Simpson.
Well, is that?
No,
really?
I don't know.
Oh, I was like,
kinda
is
looks
that really
like him.
Dan?
No, it's not Dan Castellaneta.
I was like, no way, right? But yeah, he looks familiar. Like I've seen him in something, but
He's
never
a
looked it
great
up.
face for like just like a character in a store or in a bar. He's like a really
Perfectly
interesting
cast.
look.
Yeah, he's got that look.
What do you think, Matt Rinaldi, about Mr. Sims?
Great actor.
That's like, I made a mistake hanging out with these jerks.
Yeah. No, I just love how we all like we're hanging on to the edge of our seats for those words, and we're like,
Just
I
like,
was gonna say like this is profound. Like I loved it.
just like,
Great acting.
I'm so tired.
No, I love it. I love it. And so Billy's gig as
like, why am I
Santa.
talking about this movie?
So many
came on to say
so many years later.
As soon as we hit record, I instantly regretted being here.
I feel the same way every week.
We all kind of feel that way afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, next
What are we
week's
doing?
the last one.
Next week, that's
This is the
it.
last time I'm doing this.
Last time.
Sorry. Great actor.
Great actor. I feel like that should be a sound bit. Like just put that, like take that clip of Matt doing that, right? And so anytime we're gushing about
Some
some
actor.
actor, play that clip like
Great actor.
Yeah, great actor.
And then followed with, I don't even know why I'm here.
That needs to be in every episode now from now on. So Billy, he takes on the gig as Santa, and he starts with him threatening a
How
kid.
did they get him? I know we just flashed right to it, but how in God's name did they get him in the Santa outfit? Because I feel like
struggle, right?
I feel like as the boots go on and the pants go on and maybe the jacket, he's freaking out. He's not having it.
or he's just like, I don't feel comfortable doing this.
No, he just lets it
Like,
happen.
he's a great employee.
Yeah, he is. He's taking one for the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Guy
exploit our employees here at Three Jacks, so
we just-
you know what it's
His
like.
outfit on. Put the Santa outfit
It's like,
on.
Mr. Sims, are you into downsizing? He just starts killing everybody. So Billy's gig as Santa starts off with him threatening a kid, and Mr. Sims couldn't be happier. He's like, this is working out great.
I like because those moms can't hear like 2 feet away from them. Oh, he's great with kids. He's like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you? Calm down.
Calm down.
Stupid.
Stop kicking me. Do you want to get punished?
So,
That little girl was fantastic, by the way. That little kid actor.
Yeah.
She was really funny.
You know why she was great? Because she was super annoying, and if that was my kid,
Do you think the moms heard what he was actually saying?
I
And
hope
they're
so.
Like, that's something this kid needs to be
yeah,
taught to.
that's what these kids need right now.
It's just like, wow, he's great with kids. She's like, stop it, shut up.
Stop
You're a
it,
fucking
shut up.
stupid kid. Sit down.
When did you get so fucking stupid?
Is that from Amityville Horror?
Yes, it is.
Hey, good call, man.
Yeah.
Deep cuts.
That's a real deep cut. That's not even like Amityville Horror. That's the remake of the movie
yeah.
that no one
When
saw.
did you get
I think we saw that together, maybe?
I think we did. Yeah, I think we
Hey,
did.
Will Pern, I think you were with me.
Yeah. All rights reserved.
PGA.
Yeah. So, as this is going on, in the back, his coworker,
Joe Pesci.
yeah, the rejected T-Bird, he's actually gets a call from Sister Margaret and tells her he's like, yep, guess Billy's got the big job now. He's Mr. Ho Ho Ho, and saying he's Santa without saying he's Santa. Great writing.
Yeah.
Was that like a promotion?
That's what,
He's like acting
Yeah,
like
acting
he's
like
like
it.
gonna be like the new manager of the store.
I know.
Like he's just put on a Santa costume.
I feel like
Right.
he's just happy that he doesn't have to do it.
No, but he's like bitter about it.
yeah.
He's just like his arms are crossed. He's just like, oh, Billy's the golden boy.
He is the golden boy now. Those summer nights are over. It just hangs up. So Mr. Sims he closes the store and he's like, "Thank God, we're finally closed.
Let's get shit-faced."
And he throws a little Christmas party for his employees, and people,
All 5 of them.
there's like 5 of them. 2 of them we've never seen, and they only show up for that really like wide shot. And
We're here for
that's it.
body count?
Yeah, exactly. And then
I'd also like to think that if he was the only one in the store when he shut the door and locked it and he was all by himself, he would have said the same thing. Let's get shit-faced.
Yeah,
and just drank by
absolutely.
himself.
I'm going to drink, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to start working again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how he rolls.
I'm
yeah.
running
Yes.
away from this divorce.
I'm running away from all my problems. So, people are getting lit up like Christmas trees, and especially Mr. Sims. And Billy is sulking, and Mr. Sims reminds Billy what Santa really does on Christmas. And that's when Billy starts to like have like this Vietnam flashback. And he's just like thinking of all the trauma he had, not only with Santa Claus murdering his family, but with like Sister
Yeah. Now's a good time to think about family. Well, my family died.
He's like, oh!
Yeah.
His performance is really funny.
That's good.
It's just like, shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Being at a bar, we've dealt with those drunk people before. We know those people.
Yeah.
Let's not mention names.
So meanwhile, his coworker enemy, the Joe Pesci guy, takes Billy's
His frenemy.
frenemy, takes Billy's lady friend to the back room, and Billy goes to the back room in his full costume, and he witnesses an assault, brother. On
Which there's so much going on in that moment
Yeah.
that's so weird because
Yeah.
he's like kind of like luring her the way that like a kidnapper lures a child. He's like, "Oh, I got a present for you in the back. What is it?"
I'll show you
That's
when
in
we
the
get
back.
there.
I'll show you when we get there. That was weird. And then he decides he's gonna rape this poor girl
Yeah.
at a Christmas party.
So then, so he starts attacking this coworker, and as this is going on, he's starting to even get like more like worked up.
You can
in
see him
his-
getting more animated and seeing
Yeah.
the rage build in him.
There's a lot of his triggers happening all at once.
Yes, and we see where he grabs that guy, and he starts to strangle him with the Christmas lights. And as soon as he saves his coworker, she's like, "You're sick. Like you're fucked up. Right?" And he's just like, "Oh," and he
Deal
ends
with
up-
it.
Yeah. And he,
I think it was gonna like just be like, well, I was kind of expecting a thank you.
right.
Yeah, I saved you.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're fucking sick. You're trash." She's just like, "Oh, all right."
All right.
Somebody has a funny way of saying thank you around here.
And then he carves her up with like
A box cutter. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then Mr. Sims, who's hanging out with like the Lily Tomlin lady, he's like, "Oh, I heard something in the back. I'm gonna go check it out." And so
I really hoped he would survive. I really
he's
did.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Out of the whole movie, I
I hope
love
he.
Mr. Sims.
I would have been happy with him being so drunk that he passes out somewhere and then lives through the whole thing, and the cops discover him, but he's still passed out, and the nun comes in, and
Well, that was
he's still
actually
passed
what
out.
happened after
Yeah.
the movie wrapped, but in real life.
in real life, yeah. And so he goes to the back to check out the strange noises, and Billy quickly murders him too. And,
Excellent death with a hammer. Liked it.
Yeah,
Like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's a
See,
quick.
See, that would have been better if, like, when he shut the doors, if he instead of saying "let's get shit faced," if he said "let's get hammered."
Missed
You got me. That peaked. I'm gonna
opportunities.
say-
That's good.
No notes today, guys.
No notes. That was like
That was on
good.
the fly.
all match.
Good. That was really
Yeah. So, last but not least, of course, the persuasion lady. She.
Lily Tomlin.
Yep. She
America's sweetheart.
is trying to make her way. Like she fights off Billy a little bit, and then he picks up a bow and arrow that they have there.
Laying
But I like the
around.
fact that this is
What?
just laying around.
Just laying around.
I was gonna
He
say-
Rambo 2's it.
this is clearly a toy store, and this is a sign of the times that an actual bow and arrow that could murder someone was considered a toy at the time. I like that.
And he just shoots her perfectly. I don't think he's
Like-
ever practiced before. But
Legolas type accuracy.
yes, yeah. And he was like 21 or whatever.
He chased her.
Legolas.
She was supposed to be the first axe murder, right?
Yeah.
But
I
he
think-
threw it and he missed, and then yeah.
Yep. So Sister Margaret, she go like the next scene. She goes and
Like 5 minutes, probably less than that,
Yeah.
before Billy walks out the door to run away. She walks in. Just shitty timing. Just
Yeah.
like, did you have to stop and get that pack of bubble gum? You could have been there and met him and ended this whole movie.
and she
I knew I
opens-
shouldn't have stopped to get gas.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, Billy again. So last but not, so she comes in, she finds everybody dead in the store, and then we cut over to some random house in the neighborhood, and at first I thought her name was Janice, but it's actually Denise, right?
Leanna Quigley?
Yeah. Okay, we'll call
Hey,
her
did
that.
you notice who her boyfriend was?
No, who is
It's
that?
Barry Sims from Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. No way, the DJ.
Yeah.
I thought he looked familiar. I did.
Me
not
too.
know
I
that.
thought the same thing.
I was like, oh,
I
that
could
guy
have just
looks
said
familiar
anything
too.
and you would have been like, yeah, it's probably a thing.
So at Denise's, she's hooking up with her boyfriend and
On a pool table.
On a pool table.
Wow.
And
Have
you-
the worst
No,
version.
no. Let me and Matt go on. Have you
Okay.
ever laid down on a pool table? So a pool table is made with slate. So it's a wooden structure, and then it's literally the flattest, even hardest material. It's a slate. It is unbelievably uncomfortable to lay on. If you've ever, next time you're at someplace where they have a pool table, just feel it. You don't ever want to be on a pool table.
just-
Laying down, just take
Yeah.
my word for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to Cosmos and just take a nap.
Yeah.
On one of those.
Give it a shot.
Just-
Don't bring any pillows and see how it feels.
Right.
Yes.
I'm here
Unbelievably
to
painful.
nap.
Anybody want to
Yeah.
make a sink in his balls joke? Anybody want that?
Oh yeah.
You want that one each?
I think you just did.
Well, no. So yeah, they're about to hook up on the table. He makes that comment, and couldn't be a hotter line, you know.
Yeah.
But what really sets the mood is that rip-off version of Randy Newman in the background. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. So yeah, he's. I don't know. The music in
You're
this
on
movie,
fire tonight.
Oh, stop it.
Dude, you're killing me.
So she gets interrupted, so she goes upstairs, and she comes across Billy, who also mounts her.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Hey.
High five.
Thank
That was
you.
pretty good.
And
That was good, cutie.
in his own special way. Yeah. So her boyfriend goes upstairs then and finds her dead, hanging up on the wall, and he
Which was an
scuffles-
excellent reveal. I love him walking into the room,
yeah.
not noticing, and then that reveal. That was nice.
Did
It
you
was a
find
nice
that
touch.
line inappropriate when he was like, nice rack?
It couldn't have been a better.
We're playing tennis right now. You and I are playing tennis.
15 love. So
Come on, that's all right. What do you think, Matt Rinaldi?
Great actor.
perfect.
You know what's funny? Someone's gonna be like, I don't even think Matt was really on the episode. It's just like a sound bite. He's like,
We have him on.
I got him after a movie we saw a couple weeks ago. I'm just like, Matt, what'd you think of this performance?
Great actor.
Great actor. Oh, good.
It reminds me of that Simpsons episode, Radioactive Man, with Milhouse.
So good. So good.
I love this.
I love it.
Yeah.
So then we, Billy and the boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
And so we see where Billy throws him out of a window to his death. And also, by the way, there's this little kid. Is that her sister? Or was that like just a kid she was babysitting?
Just an orphan that wandered into the house.
I guess so.
Anybody want a kid?
An extra orphan out of nowhere shows up, and
I
Billy,
think that's the sister.
oh, the sister. Okay.
Or, like, just an unfortunately
Young?
baby?
Unf-
Child?
I don't know.
I like that you threw unfortunately young. What do you mean?
Because I think like Lana Quigley was probably about like 17 or 18.
My thinking was that it has to be the sister because the little girl is probably also 5 or 6 years old, which would put your girl at 11 when she was pregnant. So
unfortunate, as I said.
There you
and
go.
Guess what, Vince? Hard edit.
Hard edit. So
leave it in.
So this kid wakes up and she sees Santa Claus and she's like, "Hi, Santa," and he's like, "Have you been good?" And then and she's like, "Yeah, I've been pretty good."
You haven't good.
Yeah,
You haven't been naughty at all this year? No, but pretty good.
Are you sure?
No, my shit's tight. I'm doing good. And then
I run a tight ship.
yeah, and so then he gives her a box cutter, which is like one of the nicest gifts she'll.
She got real excited. She's like, "How'd you know I wanted a bloody box cutter?"
Yeah.
Whose blood is this?
And how'd you know I wanted to be an only child?
So then we get this weird, this next scene, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it was like just made post because it just feels like out of nowhere. So 2 cops are on the search for a person dressed as Santa, and they almost like Ben Tramer, this father.
My guess would be is that that little scene here with the fake Santa is foreshadowing to the end of the movie.
Oh, okay. Where
Yes?
the police
Is that
almost
acceptable?
kill him?
Sure.
And then at the
Okay.
end,
I'm drawing a blank. What part?
So, like, do you remember, like, when the cops are driving down the street and they're
No.
kind of doing their stupid cop banter, and then they, like, see
they get a call
guy,
that
either,
looking
like,
for a
some crazy
Santa.
person in a Santa Claus costume, and then they see, like, a house and there's a guy climbing a ladder.
Oh,
crawling
yeah,
into the-
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that decision to use the ladder to crawl into the window is horribly convoluted because the little girl's in bed anyway, so he could literally just walk into the room, but he did the ladder thing.
Well, to help the plot, but yeah.
I guess. Now, if he really wanted to make this movie something special, he would do what Phoebe Cates' dad did in Gremlins.
Oh, that's
The
that's
single
way to
greatest
go.
scene in any movie.
It's so good. It's like it's such a wholesome movie, and then you hear that awful death, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
I like how
Like,
Billy's
that's
just kind of
pretty
like
serious.
Billy's trying to deal with what's going on, and she's just telling his stories like,
Yep.
Oh, that's really
"Oh, can we
dark,
move
man.
on?"
yeah, yeah.
I like in Gremlins too.
Yeah, they expand on it, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it
she's
Abraham
like,
Lincoln?
"Don't talk about Lincoln."
It's so good. I feel like Gremlins 2 is a little underrated.
I think it
Like,
was
I
ahead
feel
of
like-
its time.
Yeah.
It has an audience now because like
Yes.
I've always like I'm sure actually we've all talked about Gremlins 2 at some point together separately. I always loved that movie. I think we
Yeah.
all love it, but I feel like it didn't have an audience until recently. Maybe
Yeah.
within the last 20 years.
I
It
would
kind
say
of
so.
trickled in like Halloween 3.
Right, yeah. I think because I always loved it. I thought it was always awesome. And I remember having like some stuff from Gremlins
too.
2. And I loved like the different, like the gargoyle type
That's so
bat
cool.
one. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's a great joke in that? I love how like the gargoyle bat is attacking Mr. Futterman.
Yeah.
And like he's just like going through the streets like he's like screaming and no one cares. 'Cause they're like 1980s New Yorkers and they're like
Right.
not even looking at him.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
like
even
this
care.
horrible thing's happening to this poor guy and they're all just like
Forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah. Forget about
Not
it.
helping nobody.
I'm walking here.
I-
None of us talk like this.
On fire tonight, EJ.
So these 2 cops, they go up and they almost shoot the father of this kid, and he like pulls the beard down, and she's like, "Dad," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess this
Okay.
isn't the guy." And so
They
I
wanted
swear
to
to
shoot him,
God,
though.
I swear to God, the producers thought that was going to be like the laugh out loud moment, and I bet the screening crickets.
yes,
So like
yes.
here comes, they're all on the edge of their seats, like you're gonna hear the explosion of laughter in the theater, and all they heard was.
Correct.
So these 2 kids who are about to go on their sleds and stuff, and ride down this little hill.
They're still recovering, man.
Yeah, it's just sorry.
No, that's good.
So these two kids, they're about to get on their sleds, and they get bullied out of their
they get
sleds.
bullied off of their sleds. Yes.
Yeah.
By like a 40-year-old man.
Oh, I said that.
so
He's a hard 26. Like a hard 26.
He's so excited about sledding. He's like, wait, you see what I do? You think you did a good job? Wait, you see what I do?
What do you see what I got going on here?
It's like, what are you gonna jump on the sled and glide down the hill?
Yeah.
You're gonna reinvent the wheel?
So the first bully looks probably about the right age to be
Yes.
in high school.
Good
But the
performance,
second
too.
One, yeah, great.
Yeah.
The second one, however,
Bully number 2 was the cousin of the producer,
he
probably.
looks like at least like 33.
Like the cast of Grease.
That guy who's on like his 6th senior year.
It would be like, remember that time with Eddie, and he was like, "I'm 26," and I was like, "Oh, you're a hard 26." Yeah. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm 18," and we'd be like, "Oh, you're a hard 18."
That's a hard 18. Yeah, remember that? Like every time we'd see him, there'd be like one less tooth in his mouth.
Yeah, like
He had a hard life, that guy.
So
Stay away from drugs, kids.
yeah, so we see where the first kid goes down, nothing, it's pretty good. The second one's like, "Oh, check this out. I'm about to Tony Hawk this." And he hits pro skater mode, and he just, as he's going down, we just see him get decapitated.
Awesome.
By Billy. And that was a great kill.
That was
actually.
a great kill.
Do you think that's the best one in the movie or the deer?
I like
or
the
the-
sleigh. I like the sleigh.
Yeah, I like the sled one.
I like the simplicity of the sleigh.
Yeah, me too. I think that's good. And then, so at the police station, Sister Margaret is informed that Billy.
I like the simplicity of the sleigh.
Me too. Me too. So
I don't want any convoluted kills in my movie. Nothing
that's
that
like
makes me
simplicity.
think. Simplicity.
That's where I want.
Decapitated on a sled.
That's all I need. It's just
Yeah.
like a sled,
Let's not
an
muck it up.
axe. Yeah, like you don't need more than that.
Yeah, that's like we have to wrap up filming.
Right.
We need one more kill.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Do you think they tried like skis at first? Like they went through different.
All of the snow.
Snow tubing.
Guys, I'm telling you, the X Games are going to be huge in a couple years. Let's try to figure this out. Let's workshop
Get
a
ahead
couple
of the
things.
game, yeah.
All I know how to do on skis are French fries and pizza.
Pizza, French fries. Pizza, French fries.
That's it. So
He literally puts French fries and pizza on his feet. He goes down the hill.
yeah, just go down the hill.
EJ doesn't understand skiing.
He just got 2 hands.
He's got burgers on his feet.
Pizza boxes.
That's how I do it.
Pizza boxes on his Special delivery. It's
All right,
me.
I do have a funny, terrible story. It's about me and Adam. Of course, growing up, we were poor. We grew up in the projects.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. And we didn't have a lot. His dad had this record collection, and we were like, we gotta go, like, let's go sledding, right, down like the back hill. And so he was like, you know what, let's use my dad's old record sleeves and stuff, right?
What?
And so we
Beatles White Album.
And no joke, ask Adam Farley, to this day, there was some Beatles, Led Zeppelin. We
Oh my
probably
God.
destroyed all these like
Dark Side of the
great-
Moon, first
Yeah.
pressing.
Can I take a stab at something? You were poor because you didn't understand value. So,
Or because your dad spent all his money on vinyl.
Right, yeah.
imagine though, like the age you are now, how horrifying that must have been for him.
I know, seriously.
He's just
They're
like,
terrible. Like we're like, oh,
Meet
yeah,
the
this
Beatles
is a good idea. First pressing. Oh man.
wow, I can't wait to get home from my job I hate and listen to Dark Side of the Moon.
So Adam's like, yeah, let's just grab a bunch of these, and we were like literally using those to like go down.
Oh my
And we
God.
didn't get very far because it was like there was like rocks and stuff back there, so the records would be all damaged. And
I'm not for hitting kids, but
but yeah, well, it wasn't my dad's record. So.
you didn't care what happened
We
to
just
Adam.
used my dad's Picassos.
He was an art fan, so
No.
People think a lot of the art went missing during World War II. My dad actually had it, and we just used it.
We were using a Monet as a sleigh.
He just used it for sleigh riding. So
Don't use the Monet. Use the Dali. We have the Salvador Dali. Use that.
but Adam and I still talk about that to this day. We'll be like, man, we definitely effed up your dad's record collection.
I hope you apologize to him eventually.
I think Adam did. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure he didn't get to apologize after his dad took a belt to him. Probably couldn't get the words out with all that screaming.
I can't wait to tell Adam to listen to this this episode specifically.
It'll bring back a lot of trauma for him. So good, yeah.
So at the police station, Sister Margaret is informed that Billy has been pretty busy, and so the captain and her are starting to try to figure out, where do you think Billy is going? And then they automatically are like, oh, he's probably headed towards the orphanage. So we cut over to the orphanage, and the kids are all opening their gifts, and the police are headed there, and so then they come across this one Santa, and he's making his way into the orphanage.
The one cop in that town, apparently.
Yeah, the one. Yeah,
The one single police officer on duty.
Yes.
Who's just ripping through the town in his Ford Bronco.
Right.
Yeah.
And he literally went to the police academy, and I quote, to meet the girls. And I quote.
Yes. So this one cop.
Where is that Santa coming from?
Yeah.
No,
That's
When
why
he was
where-
walking, I would say the nearest bar.
He's coming from.
Well,
the
no,
bar.
wasn't it like
It was the
he was
a
deaf
priest. Yes.
that was
Oh.
that was
Who
a
was the
very
Santa
funny
every
button
year.
to that scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay.
didn't you hear her yelling or something? She's like, oh, and he was deaf too.
Yeah. Poor old Father McGillicuddy.
One day away from retirement. And he was deaf.
And he was deaf.
Just lost his children, he did.
Everything that went wrong with this guy in the last few days of his life.
Won the lottery last night.
Yeah, won the lottery.
Spent
Died
his
the
life
next
in
day.
dire poverty.
So this one cop mistakes this Santa, and he shoots him at least 3 times in the back in front of all these orphans.
Yeah.
And so they're all outside, they're playing, they see the Santa, they're all excited. One kid in particular is running up to Santa to hold his hand.
Yeah.
And Santa's holding out his hand, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 he gets shot, and this kid is just and freaks out.
Did you ever
And
see the alternate cut of that?
yeah, what is that?
It was actually Santa Claus was going up to the little kid, and the little kid pulls out a gun and shoots him, and he's just like, "Tell Billy I got him."
I don't remember that.
Yeah, remember that? It was
No, I
a good
don't.
scene.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
It's on the director's cut, Matt Rinaldi. Did you ever see it?
No.
Good actor.
Do you have a copy of it? I'd love to see it.
It's pretty good. It's I'll send it to you. Unless
Only if
EJ
it's on-
wants to ride it down a hill.
Yeah, I might. I don't know.
Only if it's on beta. That's
Yeah.
all I have.
Yeah. You are quite poor.
Any vintage things you guys have and you really care about, just let me know.
And you'll
I can
write it
use
down a hill?
Yeah, I'll take it to Montage Mountain and have a side hustle of selling stuff. Ride this down the hill, you get major waves, bro.
Please don't ride my photo album down the hill.
Oh, this is your photo album of your family?
The one that says treasured memories?
Don't worry, $10. You're gonna hit some major hype, man. So, anyways, that
What a
cop
weird quirk. Go on.
that shot Santa, he stays behind to keep an eye out for Billy, and meanwhile,
Because he called in to say that I got him. We killed him. And then as Sister Margaret and the other
Captain Richard
Columbo, yeah,
yeah,
are driving back, he says at all costs kill whatever Santa you see. So he kills that Santa, and then they get back to him and they're like, it's the wrong Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This isn't anything like the guy you described.
Nothing like him.
This guy was in an elf costume.
To be fair, just a tiny bit of description would have saved that guy's life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. This kid's 6'3". Oh, the priest that's gonna play Santa. He's 5'4". He's 300 pounds.
Yes.
And this kid, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah. So Captain Richards and Sister Margaret rush to the orphanage, and at the orphanage, this doofus cop, he is checking around the perimeter, and he comes across a wobbly door.
which I feel that whole scenario was way too long. Like,
Yeah.
You know
10
what?
10
You're
minutes
right.
too long.
If I would cut anything out of this movie, it's that whole scene.
It's that whole scene, unnecessary.
You know what? It's weird. When we were watching the theater, I was like in my head thinking, "Oh, this scene."
This scene, he literally does a lap around some basement area thing, and then there's nothing.
Goes
You
down
get nothing
steps,
from it.
Looks inside the dirty Blair Witch basement.
Yeah.
And then he goes back up the stairs.
He could have went down those steps, peered around the corner with a flashlight, and walked back up the steps and gotten the same result that we got minus 7 minutes.
You know how I could have shortened that up? He goes, he sees the door moving around. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna look inside here." And then he turns back around and naughty, and he gets him. You know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Movie's over, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we just saved 7 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
can get
instead,
home,
he goes to this basement.
Make some dinner when you get home. Get there a little faster.
Yeah.
You're maybe a little hungry. The movie's about an hour and 35 minutes. I just made it so that you can eat some sandwiches.
Some ramen. Yeah.
Some ramen, yeah.
Well, a little
Real
quick ham
quick.
and cheese. Yeah.
Feeling a little peckish? Motherfucker. Go on.
Motherfucker. Naughty. Billy, he gets into the orphanage. This kid walks up, he opens the door, and he's walking Billy in. And Mother Superior's like, no, don't let him in. And the kid's like, it's Santa Claus. And everyone's just like,
I thought we just shot him.
And so then...
Yeah, if there was one thing this movie didn't have enough of, it was Santa's being killed in front of children.
You know, actually, I feel like it holds the record.
yeah,
I feel like it would have to.
it has to.
I know there was a
It's only
lot.
2.
I know there was a few of them in It's a Wonderful Life. Ever see that?
I never saw that, so I'm going to check out for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for that.
Killing spree ending from The Simpsons.
So Billy gets in.
Mary, no.
And Mary, no. So he's about to chop up Mother Superior, and
About to chop Mother Superior.
he has the axe. It's ready to go. He's ready to chop
hidden
up
behind
Mother
his back.
There's only one thing he was going to do, Vince. Chop up Mother Superior.
To her credit and her good acting, she just stays there. She's like, no,
She looks-
Santa's not real,
Dude,
And she's
but
like,
when he's going to bring that axe down, it's a good performance because at first
Yeah.
she does look scared,
Right.
but then she accepts it. She kind of closes her eyes and she's like, okay, I'm ready.
yeah,
And
She's a good actress,
she,
that lady.
Yeah.
She kind of has the thing of like, this is going to happen. I'll protect the children. I'll
Yeah.
do what I can to protect the
That's
children.
what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, what's so cool about that character is that she is definitely...
She played the part perfect.
Yeah, like you could see her being a villain, but they don't play her like a cartoonish villain.
Yeah.
She's still protecting the kids.
Yeah.
She thought she was doing right by Billy.
Yeah.
You know, she's a nice layered character.
yeah.
So you're saying someone in the Catholic Church thought they were protecting the children, but anyway,
So the nun.
First time for
What do you
everything.
think of Mother Superior?
She was okay.
Not a good actor.
not a good idea.
You're waiting for it. Say the line, Bart. Say the
Say
line.
the line, man. Say the line.
We should have been like wuzzle wuzzle.
Wuzzle.
No, you're right. She's probably the best part of the whole movie. Like, I think the entire budget went to her.
That's
Had to have, because she was probably the best of the entire movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that's maybe Mr. Sims.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
She probably has
Yeah.
a background in theater. She has to. Like,
Yeah, she's probably
Definitely not
she's
Billy.
Like, when I did
Yeah.
Hamlet, like when the cameras weren't rolling, just talking about her time doing Shakespeare.
I played Gertrude. But yeah, no, I thought she was phenomenal, and I do like how she's kind of has all the kids behind her,
Yeah.
and she knows like, oh, maybe this will finally stop him if I do sacrifice myself. But she doesn't back down, and I thought that was
It's like he may kill them,
right.
but you still have to kill me first.
yes,
It's like just buying them just a little more time.
And as the axe is in the air, ready to come down on her, Captain Richards and Sister Margaret, they get there in time, and Billy is shot to death in front of a bunch of other kids. Another Santa down.
That's two Santas today.
Two Santas.
And
It's too many Santas.
And they all look, remorseful a little bit.
Do they? Do they?
Sister Margaret, maybe a little bit. So he like gets gunned down, and all these kids are like just in awe of just everything that happens, except one kid, who they do like the Billy reveal from the feet up, and he's just like naughty.
But tapping into that generational trauma.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That actually was cool.
That was kind of my point. Like, those kids saw two Santas die in one day.
Yeah,
That's gonna stay. That might stay with you.
But I'm gonna say one thing: if they're in that orphanage, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to them.
I have.
yeah.
Is that Lily?
about it.
Is this Lillian Siobhan? How would you say that?
Yeah.
Lillian Siobhan. She's been in a lot, man.
Yeah, I can tell.
Passing.
She understands that
Teapot.
character.
She's been in Ugly Betty.
I love when people play characters not like if they're supposed to be like the villain, they can give them some pathos, like they can kind of make you feel some sort of sympathy for them.
Just because she was so good, I want to give a bunch of her credits. Ugly Betty TV show, CSI TV show, ER TV show, Catch Me If You Can, Alias, The Beast, The Man Who Wasn't There, Skeleton War. She was on Frasier, Five Aces. She was in Friends, Maggie. I mean, Saved by the Bell, New Class, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. She's been everywhere. And the first credit that I had was 1960.
Battleship Potemkin.
The Long Christmas Dinner. What is that? That can't be good. Funny Lady. Bob Newhart Show. Mannix. Oh my God. I have to check more stuff out from her. That looks awesome.
Do you think she was sitting on this set thinking like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Probably.
Well, I was just thinking, do you feel like the producers lied to her about what movie she was going to be performing in, or was she really hard up for money or something at that time? What do you think?
I think it was. We've got this beautiful Christmas story about this kid. He's down on Christmas Eve, but he comes around.
You're going to play a nun. The nun?
The nun. Yeah, they're probably like, I'm telling you, you're gonna get that Oscar. You're gonna be the new Nurse Ratched. You're like, everyone's gonna be like, One Flew Over what? Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's what people are gonna be talking about. It's like, wow, you really think me being this aggressive,
psychotic,
discipline, is really gonna? And they're like, yeah, this is the role.
May I pitch a movie? May I pitch a movie for you guys?
Please.
Yeah.
Mother Superior versus the Nun.
The nun.
Right?
Who wins that fight?
The nun.
The nun wins.
Yeah.
I think they team up together at the end.
To give us a sequel.
No, like I think they just like they're fighting for a little bit, and then at some point they're like, "What are we wasting our time?
What are we doing?
Let's team up.
What are we doing here?
There's plenty of children we can horrify."
Did you
I
just
have a couple belts upstairs.
I got some too.
Let's go.
Wait,
Oh my God, yours are studded?
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. So, all right. One thing we like to do.
Do you want to go beat kids in the garage?
Yup. So one thing we like to do is emojis. Do you have any emojis that you would like to give this movie?
You got to come back to me.
Okay, we'll circle back.
Yeah, circle back.
Events.
Hey, don't look at me because
All
I
right,
failed.
I could go first.
Wait, you can go first?
Yeah. I have a Christmas tree, a little Santa, and of course an axe.
An axe?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I figure that's good for this movie.
You did that way too damn fast because me and him are struggling right now.
I got
you
stuff.
got you ready?
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
All right.
I got Christmas tree. I got a Santa Claus. I got a Mrs. Claus because I'm not sexist like Mr. E.J. Leeson over here. I got an axe because I stole his emoji because fuck you, that's why. And I got a blood drop. And I got a sleigh, which may or may not be an emoji. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's see if it's an
There's a
emoji.
slide there.
So, yeah, there's a sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a sled.
So those are my emojis. Oh wait, and a thumbs up.
Oh, good.
Kinda like a thumb that's
Midway.
tilting to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll explain why in a moment. What's yours?
I got a sad face. I got a box cutter. I got a Christmas tree, and I have ballet shoes.
You know, I couldn't find a llama on there as a joke the one day, but they have a box cutter.
No,
Okay,
they don't.
you
I
just
made that up. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
that's
Thank you.
called out.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
We're not friends.
Oh my god, we're lovers. What
I
about
love
you, Matt?
I love hate you.
I'm gonna try. I'm thinking eggplant,
Yeah.
snowman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's winter at Christmas.
Yeah, I
right?
gotcha. And he cuts off snowman's head off at one point.
Yeah, monkey covering its eyes.
Ooh.
It's
See
scary.
no evil. Got you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I hope you dig yourself out of this grave.
Um,
Come on, throw another emoji out that has nothing to do with anything.
no, what are you talking about?
I'm
Eggplant.
kidding. I got you.
Okay,
I love you.
all the sex in the movie
Yeah.
and deer because
Yeah.
of the antlers.
The antlers, there you go.
Yeah. That's good.
Did you see the
And the squirting, the squirting.
The squirting. Wait, I have a question. Is the squirting next to the eggplant?
It comes after. It's a build-up, baby.
Okay.
Right?
Did you get the woman impaled on the deer emoji? Did you
No,
see
that was the
one?
deer.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
had
know,
those
I
deer.
mean, no, but I mean the actual.
The actual
the one
one with
of a
it.
girl impaled on a deer.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. The one with the antlers and the.
Yeah.
That's why.
And the last one, wait, I think the the umbrella that's blocking the, well, I want to say blood. It's rain because it's an umbrella, but I want to say probably blood because of all the blood in the movie.
Oh, I thought you were going for a really abstract one, Matt.
I was the umbrella.
Right? No, I thought you were doing something else.
What?
Can I tell you what I thought you were doing? Because Barry Sims is in it. I thought you were doing the It's Raining Red.
Mom. It's raining red.
That's what he
I'm not
was.
even doing that.
I'm not that quick. I think that's all I have. I did my best.
You did great.
Okay.
You did great.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, did you really like this movie?
No, I'm talking about the podcast that we just
the
did.
podcast,
The
yes.
movie was fucking terrible.
Oh, okay.
It had its moments. It's wasn't crazy about the lighting in this one. The acting was great. We all loved Mother Superior in this. Billy could have been way better, and I believe.
Disagree.
Really, you liked him in this?
He was perfectly cheesy.
I was gonna say he was so dumb. It was just he was so dumb in this. I didn't really. And I love when I see these horror movies and it says introducing and it has a person's name. When it says introducing Jonathan Depp, I love it. When it says introducing Larry Fishburne, I love that. I have no idea who this guy is. I don't think he's ever been in anything ever after
Do you
this,
think in
has
the
he?
credits it should have just said, and a fond farewell to?
Introducing so-and-so's name, and then in the credits,
Fond
fond farewell
farewell.
to so-and-so's name. We didn't care to learn about it. I've seen worse things. I've watched worse things. I've spent time doing dumber things. Wasn't terrible. It was okay. Can't wait to watch it with my kids this weekend. They're 11 and 10 years old, so we're going to see how that fares. I don't know if the wife is going to allow me to do that.
Perfect age.
Perfect age?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And I was honestly thinking about this. Do you have kids, Matt?
No.
Not that
Okay.
he's aware of.
Let's, not that, yeah, me too.
Most likely.
If you were parents, at what age would you allow your kids to watch this movie?
6.
6. I was probably about 9 or 10
Jesus.
when I watched it.
You also saw Freddie say, "Where's the fucking bourbon?" at the age of 7, I think, or something like that.
No, not even. I
Oh
was
my God.
really young. Yeah.
I mean,
That
like,
was,
I
my first
think
movie
we were
experience.
all introduced to horror movies very early on in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really depends. I remember being probably like 8 or 9, and I had a friend whose mom was really cool, and she would always record movies off of HBO for us. And I remember she recorded Predator, And what she would do is every time there was a swear word, she kept all the violence in, of course, right? That was completely appropriate for
you got to set boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Did she edit out the
whole? Do you remember the entire helicopter scene?
Yeah.
Well, every time there was a curse word, she would flip to another channel. So, like, the entire helicopter scene...
Memorized?
That's
what I was going to say.
I think so. She was really good, I guess, so, with timing. So that scene comes on, and then it was like probably a full 2 minutes of I Dream of Jeannie. And then she would flip back to the helicopter, and then flip back to I Dream of Jeannie. And I remember that. But that was amazing that she did that.
Dude, what if she flicked over to I Dream of Jeannie and it's just like, what the fuck, Jeannie?
I just want to say that's funny because that brought something into my head. I remember watching Under Siege with my mom and dad and my brother, and there's a scene in Under Siege, which is a classic Steven Seagal movie. If you haven't seen it, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Under Siege,
Yep.
where there's nudity, and she pops out of the cake, and I remember watching the movie, and then my dad's like, "Oh no." And then, like, dude, just go back to the channel. And then, like, about a minute and 30 seconds later, we go, I forgot how to work the remote control. So that's brought me back something.
Yeah, my dad.
Thank you.
Dad was doing, like, vaudeville.
He was.
I forgot.
No, my dad would do something similar, but he would just say, "Close your eyes."
I'm not fucking around with flipping channels. Close your fucking eyes.
Or he just throw a blanket over us.
I love it. That's hilarious.
That's good.
That's so good.
But we could still hear the moaning or whatever was happening in that scene.
You didn't have the visuals, but it's burned into your brain.
Dad,
the sound.
what's going on?
The
Dad?
ghosts are just pleasured.
Is she being hurt?
They're pleasured ghosts. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't have a lot of supervision, I guess, when I was a kid. Because I used to watch a lot of horror movies. And that's why I turned out to be trash when I grew up. You know,
Same.
That's what
Over
happened
here.
to me.
Look what
I
I do.
could probably be like a doctor, like a lawyer or something, but I turned out to be trash, and I blame these movies.
Yeah. Same.
And you're happier for it.
No, I drink myself until I can pass out.
There you go, referencing.
You ever wake up and you don't know if it's sweat or urine?
Yeah.
That's the story of my life. I'm writing a memoir.
I have a kind of a story that goes with that. I went to see Deftones with my brother, Uncle Sal, and a friend from worked at the zoo with my wife.
What tour? Sorry.
What's that?
Which tour?
Oh my God, this was 2007 or 2008. I saw them. I think I saw them at what do you call it? I think No Koi just came out. Or what is it? What is it called?
No Koi was 2013.
2013.
Matt's
so
a
that
big
didn't come out.
Deftones fan.
Okay. So 2013. No. We left in 2008. So it might have been right after Saturday Night.
Eyes came out, I think, 2009.
So it might have been Diamond Eyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because they opened with The Butcher. But we went with a buddy, and my buddy showed up. His name doesn't matter. He showed up with
Cool name.
2 suitcases for an overnight concert. We were staying at my hotel that I worked at the time, and he had 2 suitcases. So we get up to the hotel room, and we're like, dude, why 2 suitcases? And he opens up a suitcase, and it's all liquor, just bottles and bottles of liquor. He opens up the other suitcase, more bottles and bottles of liquor. So we get hammered at the show, and we come back to the thing, and we wake up in the morning. I'm like, all right, guys, we got to check out by 11. I got a late checkout. We could probably leave at like 12 o'clock at the latest. And dude is still in the bed. I'm like, dude, we got to go. You got to get out. And he's like, no. You guys go ahead. We're fine like that. I'm like, so they leave the room. I'm like, dude, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I think I pissed the bed. And I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, I think I pissed the bed. Everything's wet around me. So it turns out that he just fell asleep with a water bottle in his lap.
Oh.
But the idea that, like, have you ever had that panic in your life where, like, did I piss myself? Am I so drunk that I pissed myself? Rory knows what I'm talking about.
I actually don't.
Oh, sorry.
I've never let myself get out of control like that, Vince.
All right. Somebody save me,
I
please.
need some help.
Somebody save me from this terrible, terrible
I'm
story.
going to be taking you to a special meeting tomorrow.
Is it at Wednesday at the local church at 3 o'clock? Because I'm scheduled to be there anyway.
And I want you to meet Mother Superior.
She couldn't even save me.
She's got
No matter how much she
extra
beat me.
large belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just ruined it, but go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, yeah. I that never happened.
And you know what? It shouldn't,
Yeah.
because you shouldn't get that drunk. Anyway, lesson, kids: don't drink alcohol. Go see the Deftones, but don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Or maybe just go enjoy the Deftones.
Well, not without alcohol.
So
Matt Rinaldi, your favorite Deftones song, please.
Are you gonna put me on the spot?
I'm gonna put you right on the spot with that. You want me to preface it?
It's a good singer.
No. I'll say, Matt, what is your favorite Deftones song, and why is it "Be Quiet and Drive"?
Oh, why is it Be Quiet and Drive? It's Be Quiet and Drive because it's off of Around the Fur. That is why.
Single-handedly, probably one of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time, beginning to end. You could push play on that, let it go all the way to end, and there's a secret song. So stay to the end, kids.
I remember when I first
like
discovered.
the Randy Newman album that was playing in this movie.
all the music of this.
EJ, for the love of God.
sorry.
I haven't talked this entire podcast. I finally something I'm interested in talking
I piqued
about.
his interest with Deftones.
You're like, finally, something I want to talk about here.
I don't remember. No, okay. The secret track. I remember when I discovered that. I listened to the album and I let it go, and I think I went and I made like a grilled cheese sandwich or something, because it was like it's like 30 minutes.
Because it's always accidental when you find that. Yeah.
And then I heard that weird screech, and then it's like 2 minutes before the song starts, the moan starts, and I was like making something, and I freaked out. I think like the lettuce and tomato went everywhere, and I ran in my room because I thought there was an emergency or something happened. Somebody broke into my bedroom, and then that song started, and it's probably one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's
check
great.
it out if you haven't. He was in a lot of music videos. How did you feel about his acting in them?
Who's acting?
Chino Moreno's the lead singer.
Say the line, Bart.
Fair
Great
enough.
actor.
Great acting.
Great acting.
Was a wuzzle?
Was it Wuzzle?
Yeah.
Was it Wuzzle?
Yeah, I dropped the ball on that one.
That's all
okay,
good. It's
man.
not my fault. It wasn't a good enough setup.
Well, it wasn't good because I'll tell you what, he's not an actor.
No, he's not.
And
Good
that's what
singer.
threw me for a loop, because he hasn't played in anything.
I tried to hit you with the music
Right.
video. It's not your fault. It's me.
No, it's me. It was terrible.
Matt, it's okay. We're
Terrible
actually
guess.
firing Vince.
Can you run all this shit? Because they don't need me anymore.
Yeah, you're out of here. We're sick of you.
You're on your own.
Do we have plugs?
Yes. So another thing we like to do on the show, we would like to.
Oh, God.
Do you have any bands you would like to plug besides the Deftones? Of course, check them out.
And I'll
But,
just
like,
say, I'm gonna let you go this one time, and you heard me say it, and it was an accident. It's not the Deftones. It's just Deftones.
Come on.
We're very particular about that, and I'm sorry. I'm
No,
just
no,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
informing you. You know the whole Me Too
Guys,
movement.
guys.
This is gonna be next.
You guys like Deftones. We like faux Randy Newman.
Yes. Yes. And the Kiss. We like the Kiss.
We like
the
the
Green
Kiss.
Day.
The Green Day.
The Green.
Listen to the Creeds.
The Creed. We like all of that.
Yeah, we like
the
all this
NSYNC.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
What was your band? The Dangerous Five or something?
The Project 5.
The Project.
Yeah. So
You
I
you
get
got
it.
anything you want to plug, Matt?
I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm so embarrassed.
no,
You
no.
got nothing?
I've
go-
done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing creative. I'm so pissed at myself.
That's
for it.
okay.
Well,
We
pretty
get
much
through.
You're doing something creative right now.
Yeah.
This is creative.
This is considered creativity.
It is.
I mean, yeah, we
Just
picked
lazy
your brain.
people.
dude sitting in a back room talking
Yeah.
about movies that
Yeah.
nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
All right.
Right.
hey, you know what? He finally gets it now. None of this matters.
No, I think I'd like to do something creative. It's been a long time because I've been so busy.
You've been busy.
But been really busy.
What is your background? What have you done? What creative things that you're talking about that you feel that you're not doing that you have done before?
Making music.
Making music.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like on that people could check out?
Yeah, I was in a few bands when I was living in D.C. Area. I was in a band called These Quiet Colors, and then most recent I did music for Rory's film.
Yeah, he did.
The Bird and Beauty.
And we were actually talking about that a little bit before the podcast started. It really brought that film together. The music in that film is special, in my opinion.
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
and I think the song in it is so. It just encapsulates the film, you know. So I don't know. I'm a huge fan of this guy as a musician, as an artist, as a photographer.
I
as
agree.
Everything.
And like I've said before the podcast, Rory gushes about you all the time.
I do.
And
I love you.
after having a little bit to do with the movie, I agree that it definitely elevated what was already pretty awesome and made it even better. So, yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah,
It really made that pie in the face gag land at the end. Remember that?
The powder gag. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, what was I going to say? You interrupted me. Oh, man.
Welcome to Freakquels.
Yeah. No,
We're talking over each other like white trash.
Yeah, I just felt like you ever been in, I'm sure as creatives you ever felt like you were stuck in a rut. That's kind of where I am right now. Like I have everything, upstairs packed away and I'm like, all right, dude, get up. Just bring out the guitar, do something. I mean, I play drums every day, but like to actually sit
Wait, you're a
and
drummer?
I am.
Did we just become best friends?
He's
Maybe.
a drummer
All right.
too.
All right, we'll talk after this. Maybe.
Okay.
All right, we'll hang out. We'll
Yeah.
have you come in for a beer and a burger, and we'll talk drums.
I
and
like
stuff
that
like
Randy Newman album.
Oh my god!
Happy holidays. Holidays.
All right, enough about me. Yeah, absolutely nothing to plug
As of
in.
right now.
No, but I have to. I just want to add this quick too. He's such a talented musician, not only as just like a guitarist or drummer, but what you did for the score for Burden totally elevated the movie and just added so much to it. And the night of the premiere, I literally was gushing to you about like your work.
I appreciate it.
He got a little handsy too, right?
Yeah, but I welcomed it.
There's our opening quote. for the
Okay, good. I
episode.
like that.
How about you, Eid? You got anything you want to plug?
Yes, I would like to plug, of course, Adam Farley's music on Spotify. You can find it there.
Yeah, but you didn't make that music, so why are you plugging somebody else's music?
You can plug. You got a friend that you want to plug? You got,
No.
somebody that.
I thought are you supposed to plug your own stuff?
No. You plug whatever you want,
can
man.
Plug whatever you want.
You really have nothing that you've done that you can plug?
Oh no,
Come on.
Listen to FREAKQUELS.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
plug
there.
your own podcast.
Yeah.
Plug
Check out Freakquels. We
Check out
probably
FREAKQUELS.
should say that more.
I know. We should, please watch.
Hey, assholes, if you're listening to this,
Listen to it again.
yeah, listen to it again. And then tell your friends to just like fall asleep with it on a loop so we can get those numbers up. That's how we get that sweet, sweet cash.
You guys are getting paid?
Well,
No,
I mean, not.
not really.
Yeah, we gotta
we'll
check.
talk.
Yeah.
I have a lot of money to give over to
Money.
you.
You remember the last time when I gave you that briefcase full of cash?
Yeah, you should see my trunk right now. It's just filled with cash.
Yeah.
My family.
Not
is,
from the podcast.
my family is literally starving.
You know what's awesome? I actually like take money out of his bank account.
You're talking off mic.
You know,
It's so fun.
it's cool because I actually went into his house and I took all of his the Deftones records and
How dare you?
how dare you?
How
Ski
dare
down
you?
a hill on him.
Ski down a hill on my vinyl.
Okay,
No,
EJ, keep plugging somebody else's work.
yeah. No, check out my friend's music, Adam Farley's music on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Him and Jim Reynolds, of course. And check out Fourth Cut Reviews, Fourth Cut Productions on YouTube. There's a lot of cool stuff that me and my friends do there and stuff. And yeah, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna plug Raven View Productions.
You should.
I should. I do every episode.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we talk a lot about Will Perna. Look up Variant Season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you assholes.
Will
Look 'em
Perna,
up.
Mark Yanish. It's the whole crew. It's everything you
Yeah.
want in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are good. I like them.
And they look great.
Yeah.
I like Will Perna.
Yeah, he's a good dude. But yeah, so Raven View Productions, and you know what? Actually, I want to try something new. I went out to eat the other day.
Where'd you go?
Stopped in this little place called Three Jacks Burger Bar.
Yeah.
Do tell.
You would not believe, number one, the service. Fantastic.
When? Like Sunday morning between 12 and
About that,
and 5
yeah.
5 p.m. There's
All
sexy
the-
bartender.
Yeah,
This guy, let me tell you.
A couple of them.
Glasses, hat, $3 shirt.
$3 Jack and Coke?
$3 for a single, $6 for a double. I don't know how that
Six?
math works, but yeah,
How do
it
they
does.
keep the doors open?
I don't know, and I wish they wouldn't.
Do you like deep fried pizza?
I love deep fried pizza and a quesadilla. Oh man, a good quesadilla. Yeah, it's all good.
What about chicken pot pies?
What? Not yet.
Can you imagine going into a bar and just ordering a chicken pot pie?
Can I get a chicken pot pie, please?
Can I have a Schneider bucket? Can I have some warm water and a chicken pot pie?
Why is my cheddar cheese crawling across the counter?
It's just the weirdest man on the planet goes to a bar and asks for a chicken pot pie without reading the menu. Oh no, he's not the weirdest guy. The weirdest guy is the guy who orders that. I was at that shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie, please.
Like, where the fuck do you think you are?
We're not in Ireland. We're in Dunmore, Pennsylvania.
I have some warm water and some beef shepherd's
Shepherd's
pie.
Can you heat me up some water, please?
What?
And, shepherd's pie.
I gave you the menu. I saw you read it. You know we don't have that.
No, thank you.
Ow, shit, my stomach hurts now.
So, yeah, no, and then Vince, how about you?
I'm in the same boat with Matt. I don't really have anything going on other than you have the Twitter account. He's got the Raven View on the YouTubes and
Yes.
The Facebooks.
I guess I'll plug FREAKQUELS podcast. It's pretty funny. I've listened back to a lot of episodes. Nothing makes me giggle like making EJ and you giggle. And I mentioned this before. My whole goal is just to make you cough. That's all I want to do is make you laugh so hard that you have to cough off mic,
You should
which
give
is
them
good.
physicals.
The physical. Head to the left. Cough.
Oh, guys, we forgot to plug one other thing.
What's that?
Catholic orphanages.
Yes. Please go to your local Catholic orphanage
Please support your local.
and support them any way you can.
But-
if you want to donate belts,
But wait,
it sounded like I had a list. That's all we're looking for.
to be fair, that's all they need.
Yeah, that's all
They don't need anything else. But I love
If a kid
that.
asks for anything more, you just whip it out of them.
And
Yeah.
I love the idea of you plugging Catholic orphanages instead of just orphanages altogether.
No, Catholic ones.
Specifically. Got it.
Strictly Catholic.
Yes, I love it.
Yep.
I love to say
Nothing
this.
burns deeper than Catholic guilt.
I love to say this. I think we did it.
I think we did it.
Do you think we did it? I think we did it. You got anything else? Isn't there
no,
a thing?
guys. I think we're done.
Is there anything else that we do before the?
Oh yeah, I saw the Kiss, the end of the tour, their final show. I went to Baltimore, so it was like their third to last show ever.
You're talking about Kiss, the band.
The Kiss, yeah.
The Kiss.
And I went to see
knew
them
what you were fucking
in
doing.
Baltimore, but then I also watched their pay-per-view, their final show in New York City, Madison Square Garden. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Along lines with the Taylor Swift concert, or not as good?
I didn't go see. the
Check it
Taylor
out,
Swift.
and then you can judge. Then you can.
Yeah,
then
and
I'll
just-
value
Then
your
just shake
opinion.
it off.
Yeah, I didn't see the Taylor Swift. So I'm
Alright.
sure the Taylor Swift was good.
The Taylor
but
Swift was good.
The Taylor Swift.
The Taylor Swift.
We're also at Christmas time, so the next couple are going to be Christmas related, right?
Yeah, we're so dumb we didn't mention that right off the top.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I hope you all appreciate the Christmas graphic as well as the Christmas
Yeah.
jangle that we
Shout
got in
out
front of
to
us.
Jess Mione for
There it is.
crushing our logo.
There's our plug.
Yeah.
I saw her at Target the other day, but I walked right by because I didn't feel like I was in a talkative mood. So I just walked right by her, and I don't know if she knows me very well.
I
She-
hope that she saw you do that.
I don't
too,
think
but
she
she's just
did.
like, "What the fuck is his problem?"
No, I like the
Or she
idea.
just like did that halfway thing where she was ready to be like,
No,
"Nah,
she
oh."
was reading the label on the back of a Swanson chicken pot pie. I think I don't know.
reading the ingredients of a shepherd's pie.
Oh my god. Oh.
Well, with that being said, guys,
Yes, with that being said, let's take it away. Thank you for listening to
Catholic orphanages.
It's Life.